welcome the star who will throw our ceremonial first pitch. He amassed Hall of Fame caliber credentials in his 21-year Major League career, and the Red Sox would never have won the 1986 American League pennant without him. Won't you please welcome him back to Boston and let him know that he is welcome always. Number 6, Bill Buckner.
I really had to forgive not the fans of Boston just per se, but I would have to say, in my heart, I had to forgive the media, for what they put me and my family through. I didn't think I was going to do it, and then I told Dick I'd think about it, but I made up my mind I wasn't gonna come. And then prayed about it a little bit, and here I am. Glad I came.
Boy, one of the great hitters of our time, Billy Buckner. 2,715 hits, passed away yesterday, somewhat surprisingly. I mean, I think most of us did not know that he was ill, gone way too soon at the age of 69. And I think it probably gives us a good chance to discuss something I think is probably a little uncomfortable for media members and for fans. He's the first guy that I can remember that was essentially forced to leave a town that he lived in because of the vitriol he received because of an error that he made in the World Series. And he wasn't really welcomed back with open arms until after the Red Sox not one, but 2 World Series rings. And this isn't on the organization, and this isn't necessarily on all the fans or all the media, but you heard him. Like, he had to look deep into his heart to allow room to forgive people. His life was screwed up because of a game, Kevin.
Yeah, Chris, this is the most ridiculous thing that a man's ever had to go through. Wanted to be a Major League player as a young kid, young boy, makes it to the big leagues, gets 2,700 hits, is a wonderful baseball player, and makes a physical error where a ball goes through your legs. How many do we see a night? A drop pop up, a dropped infield fly, a ball thrown away. So an error, a physical error that goes through your legs, that's part of this game that we play. And all of a sudden, death threats. And all of a sudden, he's got to move to Montana and hide his family or whatever happened. That's the ridiculous part about sports that I can't stand. It's not right because you fail at your job that evening or make a physical error or physically strike out with bases loaded or miss a free throw or fumble the ball on the goal line. You're considered a bad human being in some spots. Right. And they will go after you. It's almost like it's like being bullied. You're being bullied by cities and medias or a media member or a writer or a radio show. That's the sadness that goes on this side when you put on uniform. When you look over and there's signs Millar equals Buckner in the 6th inning at Yankee Stadium. You know what I'm saying? Because that's death threats. So that's what you make an error and you're going to die. That's the stuff that's tough to swallow, buddy.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think one thing we've tried to do on this show over the 8+ years that we've had it is allow people to see that ball players are human beings. They're handsomely paid. And there's a certain sector of the fan base that will say, listen, they're paid millions of dollars. Why can't I yell anything I want to? That's wrong. Because they're human beings and they're going to make mistakes and they're going to provide us with great moments. I mean, in no other entertainment industry are we so tied into the fabric of the joy and sometimes the sadness of what these people bring us. I mean, you know me, I'm a lifelong Indians fan. Was I upset when Jose Mesa gave up the lead in the 97 World Series? Absolutely. If I were to see him, would I hold it against him and yell something to his face? Would I send him something on social media? No. Of course not. We have to be better as human beings, as media members who cover it. And I know that there's a fine line because it's okay to be critical of when a guy makes a mistake. Part of his narrative will always be that the ball went through his legs. It's one of the iconic calls, right? But at the same time, we have to be able to be adults about this and draw the line in the proper place, man. I mean, it's not fair. So let's take a big step back. And I have to do this too. Because you hear me complain about the teams that I love sometimes. It's okay. Leave it in a vacuum. Be upset for the moment. Be a little hurt. But don't hate the person for what
Yep.
they did or didn't do. That's where we have to do. And I think that, this is as good a time as any, is when somebody passes along, we remember them for their greatness, but also sometimes we have to bring up the stuff that's a little bit uncomfortable and all that sort of stuff. So Billy Buckner was a great, great player. They had a moment of silence before yesterday's game between the Red Sox and the Indians. And right now, Mother Nature is out there doing a little tearing up. It'll be David Price back on the mound. He was flu-ridden over the weekend down in Houston and taking on Zach Plesac. Yes, the last name is very familiar. He, of course, is the nephew of our very own Dan Plesac. If the rain clears in Beantown, welcome to the show, kid, and best of luck against the world champs. All right, still ahead.